must do is embrace the vision.
What is good, Vision Gang? You already know what it is. This is your boy, DaVizion, and I'm back again with another MMA reaction. Tonight is fight night, y'all. You already know we ready for
the main event of the evening.
And that main event is VOLK versus Topuria, y'all. And I still don't know who's gonna win this fight. I still ain't came up with an answer yet. So I thought, what a better way to figure out who I'm gonna pick than to watch one of the GOATs of MMA talk about this fight, and I'm gonna just listen to his opinion, and I'm gonna form my own based off of what he says. I'm already leaning towards one fighter, but I just need some extra. I'm hoping Mighty Mouse leans towards that way too, so I can get that extra motivation to know my pick is probably gonna be the right one. And I know it's impossible to really pick all the time, picking correct all the time, but I want to know, y'all. I want to know, like, why not keep on trying to keep my record perfect? And I think Mighty Mouse is gonna be a really good person to watch. Just listen to his opinion about these fighters, and I'll make a really good decision based off of that. Mighty Mouse is one of my favorite. I got some more Mighty Mouse stuff coming soon, but this is about VOLK and Topuria. So let's not talk no more. Let's figure out who's gonna win this fight, y'all.
UFC 298, Alex Volkanovski taking on Elite Topuria. Henry Cejudo taking on Merab.
Yep, that's gonna be a good one.
Taking on.
I did not get a chance to react to Henry Cejudo yet, but I will.
All these three. If I put aside my differences and my feelings towards these athletes, who do I think is going to win? I cannot bet against. I cannot go against. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and ladies and gentlemen, do we have a banger?
Who you got, Mighty?
Card for you. Okay, we have UFC 298, Alex Volkanovski taking on Elite Topuria. Then in the co-main event, you have Paulo Costa taking on Robert Whittaker. Okay. And then another banger in the card I want to talk about is Henry Cejudo taking on Merab. Okay, now guys, after watching all these guys and their breakdowns that you guys have been loving, thank you guys so much for all the views and the likes and the comments. Truly appreciate it. Now, let us start off with Henry versus Merab. This is probably going to be fight of the night.
Really?
The reason why I'm saying that is because you have Henry Cejudo, who I have trained with, who is probably, in my opinion, one of the most strategic athletes I've ever come across. He's very deliberate about how he trains. He loves to control the distance. He loves to measure with the karate stance style and try to land the right hands. Now, on the other flip side, you have Merab, who is just a machine. This guy has the cardio, and his pressure and his output is through the roof. One of the things I remember Henry telling me is that he is not.
So one's more calculated, and the other one's just gonna go at you.
Quality instead of quantity. Now, I think going against a guy like Merab, you need to match his quantity, because sometimes if somebody's gonna go out there and just be very strategic about overwhelming you, putting you in the chaos, that forward pressure, that cardio, it typically breaks people. That's why he is the number one. That makes
perfect sense. Like, if you really rush somebody, like Mike Tyson once said, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the face. So you rush somebody, put that pressure on, the strategy might go out the window.
And he's taking on Henry Cejudo to earn his rightful spot at the championship, even though Cheeto's getting it. But when I look at this fight, I'm friends with Henry Cejudo. We train together, so you know I'm backing him. But as an analyst, when I sit back and I look at both these athletes, they're both very damn good. If Merab is able to get his game off by over-pressuring Henry, getting a takedown on Henry Cejudo, and forcing Henry to make a bad decision, and getting Henry to think and second-guess himself, we will see Merab the Machine destroy Henry Cejudo. But if Henry can go out there and do what he does best, control the distance, use his wrestling, he has amazing takedown defense. Not just fight at the distance, but also fight when Merab pressures him. Make it a dogfight like what he did to Marlon Moraes. He can go back and forth. He did it to Dominic Cruz. Be patient, wait for him to duck his head, to land the head kick, and knocks him out. And also, when he fought Marlon, there were some amazing exchanges there. And once Marlon started to gas out, you saw Henry put the pressure on him. I think Henry's going to have to put the pressure on Merab and force that fight and make it a nasty fight. Okay, because somebody's gonna make a mistake when you make it a nasty fight. So that is my prediction on that. I don't know who's gonna win. We'll see. But let's move forward. As you guys all know, this video is sponsored by Prize Picks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Prize Picks is a daily fantasy game where you guys get to make picks against the projections. And ladies and gentlemen, the projections are out for these fights. Now, I already went ahead and locked in some picks, but at the time of filming, they have Alex Volkanovski landing 85.5 significant strikes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take accountability that I'm going to go with less. I believe somebody's getting knocked the f out. I'm just going to put it out there. I think Ilia Topuria is too dangerous. He will put himself in a position to either land a knockout or get knocked out. So I am going to go with less with 85.5 strikes in a 5-round fight. And then on the flip side, you have Ian Gary with 76.5 strikes. I'm going with less. He's taking on Geoff Neal. It's a 3-round fight. I don't think it's going to happen.
Geoff?
And here is
that was
the
Jeff.
interesting one. Takedowns. Now you have Henry Cejudo, who is Olympic gold medalist. Don't you guys forget that. Three champion, Olympic gold medalist, flyweight champion. He beat Joe Moa. And bantamweight champion, Triple C. They have Merab landing 3.5 takedowns. I went with less. I don't believe Merab can get Henry Cejudo down 4 times in a fight. So those are my picks. Once again, you're not playing against everybody in the world. You're playing against the projections, what people think is going to happen.
I'm just going to make my pick. I think I got Cejudo in that fight.
A try. All you got to do is go to the
Even though I haven't reacted to him on here, I did watch one Cejudo fight, y'all. I watched him go against, I think it was Morales. It was a taller guy, a taller, skinnier guy, and Cejudo had the bantamweight championship, and Cejudo beat him.
The biggest thing with this one is we know Bobby Knuckles is going to come out banging and slinging. Very, very technical. Loves to take that karate stance, line on his feet, back and forth. From southpaw,
yeah, so many good fights on this card.
He loves that same side punch, high kick. You saw he did a lot of that in all of his fights. The biggest thing about Paula is that he doesn't fight enough. For the man who's built like a Greek god or Brazilian god, the man is not active enough for me to break down his fights. I think his last fight was against Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold has had a fight since then. He's fought bare knuckle fighting, and that was last almost May 5th when I fought what's his name, Adrian Moraes. So that's the biggest thing with Paulo Costa, is that he does not fight enough. We don't know how he is going to come out there and fight. Obviously, he has Eric, captain, one of great coaches out there in his corner, and I think Paulo's just got to go out there and fight. The biggest thing, like I said before, and I'll say it again, is he doesn't fight enough. So the thing that he's going into this fight is going to hurt him.
I was going to say, I got Costa in that fight as well. I got Costa.
High-level competition.
I got Cejudo so far.
He's been fighting more often.
And I got Geoff Neal against Ian Gary.
So we'll see what happens. Now, let's go to the main event, what everybody's super excited to see. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there hasn't been a fight like this where you have two high IQ athletes about to go head-to-head. Alex Volkanovski is probably one of the champions out there who have improved while being a champion. What do I mean by that? Each time this gentleman has fought, he always gets better. He outstrikes everybody he's smaller than. He outstruck Yair Rodriguez, Max Holloway. He's outstriking people that have the range advantage, even though he is smaller. Now, you look at Ilia Topuria. This gentleman is good everywhere. Just as good as Alex Volkanovski. I will give the X factor to Ilia Topuria because he is not afraid to get in there and exchange, and I believe he has the power to turn off Alex's flight.
Okay.
Not saying Alex
got the power
knock
to do
him
it,
out, but Ilia has shown that he'll put himself in harm's way to land that knockout shot. And the two things these guys do very well is they make adjustment as the fight goes. They'll go out there and try to implement their game plan. If it doesn't work, they'll go back to the corner, come back out, and they're able to make adjustments.
The ability to adjust mid-game, mid-fight, that's a high IQ. Yeah, exactly. I know a lot of y'all don't like him. My boy LeBron James is awesome at that. A lot of great basketball. Luka Doncic is good at that too.
Level, you've seen athletes, they can't get away from what's got them to the dance.
Exactly.
Right?
You got to be multifaceted.
These guys have the IQ to be able to do that. Now, let's look at the things that Alex Volkanovski does very well. One, he's super athletic. He's very fast. He uses the whole tool bag of mixed martial arts. Those good inside kicks, those leg kicks. He always moves on a parallel angle when he's about to attack his opponent. He attacks him southpaw and orthodox. Now, on the flip side, you have Ilia Topuria, where I believe he has more of a boxing stance. He comes up to the edge of the void. He gets the YX axis going on, always moving his head, low posture, and he always throws beautiful combinations. It's typically when he's inside the void, he always goes upstairs, downstairs, back upstairs.
That's nice.
Beautiful knockouts. And when he drops his opponents, he's always looking to pass. He did that when he fought Josh Emmett. He dropped him. First thing he did was pass the legs. That's when I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He's not going to stop at the edge of the ground, go in the guy's guard and start punches, right? That was one of the biggest things that I noticed about that. Now, who do I have winning in all these three? If I
VOLK.
put aside
I'm going with VOLK, y'all.
And my feelings towards these athletes, who do I think is going to win? One, it is very hard to say, but I cannot go against Alex Volkanovski. He has proved me time and time again. Yes, he stumbled his last two fights against Islam Makhachev. One,
that's
a bigger
Islam.
Athlete. Two,
that's
a well-rounded athlete. And,
three, that's Islam.
The second fight against him, he was drinking every single day. So hope his head is in the right spot, which it is, going against Ilia Topuria. Now, Alex always makes the right adjustment. He always has the right game plan against certain athletes. And I think he's not going to have to worry about the range problem when he fought against Islam Makhachev and Yair Rodriguez. Not saying that Ilia Topuria can't win, because Ilia Topuria has not shown one chink in his armor. The only chink in his armor is that this is going to be the highest IQ fighter he's going to be fighting against. So if I had to pick and choose, I'm going to go with Alex Volkanovski because he has to give me a reason why not to pick against him.
That's pretty much the reason I picked him.
Robert Whitaker versus Paulo
I haven't
Costa. Now, the biggest
seen anything telling me that VOLK
has
has weaknesses.
Active enough, right? And
I think Paulo's winning this stuff.
Very good. So I'm gonna go with Robert Whitaker.
Okay, we're
Even
different
though I
on
love
that.
Paulo Costa, I met him, hung out with him. Not hung out with him. I met him. Great team, great guy. But if I had to pick and choose, I'm gonna go with someone who's been more active, right? Now, the Henry Cejudo versus Murad. I don't know who's gonna win that one, boys. But make sure you guys come back here for my live reactions. And if you guys like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit the bell to know when we go live. Yeah, well, damn. Oh.
Okay. Alright, y'all. That was VOLK versus Topuria. Final prediction. Who wins at UFC 298? Big shout out to Mighty Mouse, y'all. Subscribe to the Mighty channel if you haven't already done so. He breaks down a lot of fights that are going on, like high IQ breakdowns. Is definitely something a new MMA fan like myself needs. And big shout out to Mighty for providing that for me, y'all. Y'all see my picks. I'm picking VOLK. I'm picking Paulo Costa. I am picking Jeff Neal, and I'm picking Cejudo. You guys, those are my picks. Hold me to it. We're gonna find out tonight who's going to win these fights, y'all. I'm so excited about the UFC 298, you guys. If you haven't already done so, and you liking this channel, you liking these videos, and you watch them every time, but you ain't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. What are you doing? Hurry up and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be first to see the videos, and make sure you guys jab that like button to send this video to the moon. And you guys, like always, be safe. Give it your all in whatever you're doing in life. And I'm going to see you guys next time. It's your boy DaVizion, and I'm out. Peace.
I can't hear 'em from the clouds. I don't talk too much, but the diamonds talking loud. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they say. Yeah, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Diamonds so vibe, always down to slide.